The station smelled like metal, old air, and a little fear. Humans usually did not work this far from Earth, but Dr. Aaron Cole was not an ordinary human. He was a veterinarian, a quiet man who liked animals more than people, and someone who never imagined he would one day treat creatures from other stars. He had only been on the alien station for 3 days, yet everyone already knew his name, mostly because they laughed at it. To the aliens, he was the animal doctor, a human vet, someone who fixed pets, someone who used simple tools and guessed his way through problems. Many alien doctors called him useless, some called him cute. Only one called him dangerous, and even he said it with a smile. But everything changed on the 4th day. It began with a sound, a deep rumble like thunder trapped inside metal walls. Aaron was checking a small injured creature that looked like a fluffy lizard when the alarms began to scream through the station. Red lights flashed over his head. The alien nurses started shouting in their own languages. Aaron looked up. "What's happening?" No one answered him. Everyone ran. He stepped into the hallway and the floor shook under his feet. The vibration felt like footsteps, but too heavy for any normal creature. The air filled with the low roar again, louder now, closer. A cold shiver went down his spine. Something big was out there. Then he saw the alien soldiers. Their tall insect-like bodies moved quickly as they carried heavy weapons toward the deeper chambers of the station. Behind them came a team of doctors, glowing holographic screens floating beside their hands. Aaron stopped one of the soldiers. "Hey, what's going on? Is something attacking the station?" The soldier only hissed, "Stay away, human," before running off. He felt small, useless, treated like a child again. But he could not ignore the fear in their voices and the sound that shook the walls. He followed anyway. As he moved down the hallway, alien doctors rushed past him, whispering a word he did not understand at first. Vorkal is awake." He had never heard that name before, but the way they said it made his chest tighten. He reached a large door guarded by 2 alien soldiers. The metal shook as something heavy smashed against it from the inside. Aaron froze. "Is someone trapped in there?" The soldiers did not answer, but one raised his weapon toward the door, ready to shoot at whatever came through. Another slam, harder this time, dented the thick metal. "Open the room," shouted a doctor from behind. "We need to sedate it again." The soldiers obeyed and the door hissed open. The creature inside filled the whole space. Aaron's heart nearly stopped. It looked like a giant bear mixed with something mechanical. Thick dark fur, glowing veins of energy running under its skin, and one cybernetic eye shining like a red star. Its breathing was loud, heavy, and angry. Chains made of glowing metal wrapped around its arms and legs, but many were already broken. The Vorkal. Aaron watched as alien doctors fired beams of light meant to calm or weaken the creature. None worked. The beast roared, shaking the entire hallway. One doctor stumbled and fell. The Vorkal lunged toward him. Aaron moved without thinking. He grabbed the fallen doctor's arm and pulled him back. The Vorkal's claws missed him by only inches, slicing long marks into the floor. Soldiers fired stun bolts, but the creature barely noticed them. It turned its glowing eye toward Aaron. Every instinct in his body told him to run, but something strange happened. The Vorkal didn't attack, it sniffed the air. Its breathing slowed, the growl changed tone. For a moment the huge monster simply stared at him. Aaron whispered, "Easy, I'm not here to hurt you." The beast tilted its head. A soldier shouted, "Human, get away from it." The Vorkal roared at the soldier instead, the sound so loud that every alien in the room covered their ears. The beast then stepped closer to Aaron, limping slightly. He noticed the creature's right shoulder was bleeding, dark, thick, and almost glowing. Something clicked in Aaron's mind. It was in pain, real pain. That explained the aggression. The aliens thought it was dangerous because it was wild. But Aaron knew the truth. Injured animals never behaved normally. Fear made them violent. Pain made them impossible to control. "Let me help it," Aaron said. The alien doctor he saved stared at him like he was insane. "Help it, human, that thing kills entire squads. It is a war predator, a nightmare. It does not understand help." Aaron shook his head. Every creature understands pain. And every creature understands when someone wants to ease it. No one believed him. The soldiers prepared their weapons again. The Vorkal growled, ready to fight them all. Aaron did the only thing his heart told him. He stepped forward and placed one hand slowly, very slowly, on the creature's snout. The whole room froze. The Vorkal's glowing eye dimmed for a moment. Its huge chest rose and fell in slower, calmer breaths. The beast lowered its head slightly, leaning into Aaron's touch. The aliens looked terrified. "How did you do that?" one whispered. Aaron did not look away from the creature. I didn't do anything special. I just treated it like an animal that needs help. The alien commander stepped forward, voice shaking with shock. Human, this creature has killed thousands in ancient wars. Our best doctors cannot touch it. Our best soldiers cannot control it, yet it listens to you? Aaron stroked the creature's fur gently. It's hurt. Let me treat it. The commander hesitated. He clearly did not trust the human. But he also did not want to lose more soldiers. Finally, he nodded. Very well, if you wish to die, human vet, the choice is yours. Aaron smiled faintly. Thank you, I won't die. The Vorko leaned even closer, letting Aaron examine the injury on its shoulder. But as he touched the wound, something unexpected happened. A sharp, metallic sting pricked his fingers. The Vorko jerked violently. Its cybernetic eye flashed bright red. The chains rattled. The soldiers raised their weapons again. Aaron felt the floor tremble under him. Something inside the creature was changing, and it was only the beginning. Aaron stepped back, his fingers tingling from the sharp sting. The Vorko's cybernetic eye glowed brighter, its body trembling with a low rumble that vibrated through the floor. He had felt something under the creature's skin, something metal, something moving. The aliens behind him reacted immediately, lifting their weapons. The commander shouted, "Prepare to fire!" Aaron raised both hands. "Stop, you'll make it worse." But the Vorko's roar drowned out his voice. The sound hit the walls like a shockwave, screens flickered, lights dimmed, even the air shook. The creature thrashed against the remaining chains, tearing metal like fabric. Sparks flew. The soldiers panicked. One aimed his weapon at Aaron instead of the beast. "Human, get away!" Aaron ignored him. He kept his eyes on the Vorko, watching the way its muscles pulled unnaturally, as if something inside was forcing movement it didn't want to make. The cybernetic eye flashed again, shifting rapidly between red and green. "A glitch," Aaron whispered, "or interference." The commander yelled, "What are you saying, human?" Aaron pointed at the creature's shoulder. "There's something inside its body. Some kind of device. It's hurting it, maybe controlling it." An alien doctor gasped. "Impossible. The Vorko implants were removed centuries ago." Aaron shook his head. "Well, something is active right now." The Vorko slammed its paw into the floor, leaving a deep crater. The soldiers opened fire, sending blue stun bolts into the creature's fur. It roared again, angrier this time, and swung its massive arm toward them. The blast of air from the attack knocked 2 soldiers off their feet. Aaron shouted, "You're scaring it." But the commander gave the order again. "All units, suppress the beast." The hallway filled with light as stun bolts hit the creature from every direction. The Vorko growled, curling in pain, but the cybernetic eye pulsed sharply, almost like a warning signal. Aaron made a choice. He ran toward the creature. "Human, stop!" The commander yelled, but Aaron didn't stop. He slid under the Vorko's raised arm and pressed both hands against the wounded shoulder. The beast flinched, ready to strike, but it froze when Aaron shouted, "Look at me!" The creature's glowing eye locked onto him. "Breathe," Aaron whispered. The Vorko let out a shaky exhale, and the glow softened again. Its body trembled less violently. Aaron leaned closer to the wound and used his fingers to part the fur. A small metal device was buried deep under the flesh. It blinked with red light, each pulse matching the creature's heartbeat. The device hummed, sending small ripples along the wound. Aaron swallowed. "This is the problem." The commander stared. "What is it?" "I think someone put this in recently," Aaron said. "It's not healing around the implant, it's fighting it." The Vorko grunted in pain. Aaron stroked its fur gently. I know, I'm trying." The doctor he saved earlier moved closer. "Human, you can remove it." Aaron looked at him. "If you give me tools instead of weapons, maybe." The aliens exchanged uneasy glances. The Vorko was still dangerous. Still unpredictable, but they had seen how the beast reacted to Aaron, how it calmed under his touch, how it listened. After a long moment, the commander nodded. "Get the human the surgical kit." A nurse rushed away. Aaron kept whispering to the Vorko, calming it every time a bolt of pain shook its body. He could feel its muscles tense and relax under his hands. It trusted him, at least more than it trusted anyone else in the room. The nurse returned with a compact surgical case. Aaron snapped it open and pulled out what looked like metal pliers, a laser scalpel, and a small extraction tool. He took a slow breath. "You're going to be okay," he told the creature. The alien doctor whispered, "Human, be careful. If it panics, you will die first." Aaron nodded without looking up. "I know." He gently pressed the scalpel to the wound. The Vorko growled but held still. Aaron cut carefully around the implant, making a small opening to expose the device. Easy, almost there. Suddenly, the implant pulsed violently, sending a jolt through the creature. The Vorkul roared and jerked, almost crushing Aaron under its arm. Soldiers raised their weapons again. Aaron shouted, "Don't shoot!" The commander yelled back, "It will kill you." "No," Aaron said firmly. "It doesn't want to. Something else is forcing it." The implant pulsed again, stronger this time. The creature slammed its paw into the ground, narrowly missing Aaron. The shockwave threw alien nurses backward. The lights above flickered. Aaron grabbed the extraction tool and reached into the wound. His fingers brushed against the hot, vibrating metal. He gritted his teeth and pulled. The Vorkul roared so loudly that Aaron's ears rang. The implant resisted, as if anchored deeper than it looked. Aaron pulled harder. "Come on, come on!" Finally, with a sudden snap, the device came free. The Vorkul collapsed forward, breathing heavily. Its cybernetic eye dimmed to a soft green. The chain stopped rattling. The room fell completely silent. Aaron stared at the device in his hand. It was still glowing red, still humming softly. The commander approached cautiously. "Human, what is that thing?" Aaron turned the implant over in his hand. It looked old, damaged, and strangely modified. Not something that belonged to a peaceful medical station. Not something that should be inside a living creature. "I don't know," Aaron said. "But someone put it inside the Vorkul, recently." The doctor beside him whispered, "Are you saying someone wanted it to go berserk?" Aaron nodded slowly. "Yes, someone wanted this creature to lose control." The commander frowned. "But who would do that, and why?" Aaron looked down at the Vorkul. Its breathing had slowed, its body relaxed. Its eye glowed softly, watching him with something close to gratitude. Then he noticed something strange. The implant's red light was fading, but not because it was shutting off, because something deep inside the device was melting, erasing itself. A self-destruct mechanism. Aaron whispered, "Someone didn't want us to know who made this." The commander looked at him sharply. "Human, this is not a medical crisis anymore." Aaron nodded. "I know, this is something else." The Vorkul nudged Aaron's arm gently, almost protectively. The station lights flickered again. Somewhere far away, another alarm started ringing. And this time, it was not a medical alarm. The new alarm rang with a sharper, colder sound, not like the medical emergency alarm. This one felt heavier, as if the whole station was warning them of something far more dangerous. The lights above switched from red to a pulsing blue. Every alien in the room froze. The commander's antennae stiffened. "That alarm, it is from the security corps." Aaron stood up slowly from the Vorkul's side. "What does that mean?" The commander turned toward the doorway, listening to distant sounds with growing worry. "It means someone just breached the inner systems of the station." The alien doctor asked, voice shaking, "A cyber attack?" The commander shook his head. "No, a physical breach." The Vorkul lifted its head. Its green cybernetic eye glowed softly, no longer wild but alert. It sensed danger too. Aaron felt a ripple of fear. The implant had been controlling the creature. Now the device was melting itself. And suddenly the station was under attack. This was not a coincidence. He held the implant closer. It was now only warm metal, the red glow completely gone. Whatever information it once held was destroyed. Aaron spoke softly. Someone didn't want the Vorkul calm. They wanted it angry, uncontrollable. The commander answered with a grim voice. "They wanted chaos inside our station." A loud explosion shook the floor. Dust rattled down from the ceiling. Several aliens stumbled. Aaron grabbed the nearest wall. "What was that?" The commander activated a holographic map. Blue shapes flickered, showing the layout of the station. Several areas blinked red. The commander hissed, "Intruders." Multiple points breached. They are heading toward containment sectors. The doctor gasped. "Containment? That includes the Vorkul chamber." Aaron felt his stomach tighten. "They're coming for this creature." The Vorkul growled softly, lowering its head in a defensive posture. It was still weak, but alert and ready. Aaron stepped closer and placed a hand on its fur. "Don't worry, I won't let them hurt you." The commander stared at him. "Human, why do you care so much for a creature that nearly killed you?" Aaron shrugged slightly. It wasn't its fault. Someone forced it to act like that. Another explosion shook the hallway closer than before. Now everyone moved fast. The commander shouted, "Soldiers, prepare defensive positions." The insect-like soldiers spread out, taking cover behind thick support columns. Alien nurses rushed the injured out of the room. The doctor remained beside Aaron. "You should leave with the others," Aaron told him. The doctor shook his head. "You saved my life earlier. I will help you now." The Vorkul suddenly stood up on its large paws, towering over everyone, the broken chains dragged behind it. The creature swayed slightly but held its balance. It sniffed the air. Then it growled in a direction none of them expected, toward the back wall on the opposite side of the main entrance. A deep metallic knock echoed from behind the wall. Aaron blinked. Are they trying to cut their way in? The commander pressed a device on his wrist. The wall's interior view appeared as a hologram. Several shadowy figures were moving behind panels, using tools that glowed with cutting light. The commander cursed. They are bypassing the front entrance. They want to grab the creature before we can defend it. Aaron looked at the Vorkul. They still want it, even now. The doctor whispered, why? It is wounded, weak. It cannot fight for them. Aaron stared at the metal implant in his hand. They weren't controlling it to fight. They were controlling it to escape its cage. They wanted chaos in the station as a distraction. The commander nodded slowly. And during the chaos, they come to steal the creature. More sounds hit the wall, louder now. Metal screeched. The lights flickered again. The Vorkul stepped in front of Aaron, placing itself between him and the coming breach. The heavy creature's body formed a shield, protecting the human without hesitation. Aaron felt a strange warmth in his chest. Despite everything, the creature trusted him. The commander spoke quickly. We must move the creature away from the breach site. It is too large to carry, but maybe... A violent blast cut through the wall. A hole tore open and bright sparks exploded into the room. Soldiers fired immediately. Bolts of blue light flew through the opening, hitting dark armored shapes on the other side. The intruders returned fire with red blasts that scorched the walls. Aaron ducked behind a fallen table as energy shots cracked the air. The Vorkul roared and charged toward the breach. Aaron, the doctor shouted, call it back. Aaron didn't. He trusted it. The massive creature slammed its paw into the first intruder stepping through the opening. The armored figure flew back like a rag doll. Two more intruders climbed through, raising guns that glowed with red energy. The Vorkul snarled, standing tall even with its injuries. Another explosion thundered from somewhere deeper in the station. Whoever these attackers were, they had planned very well. One intruder pointed at the Vorkul. Target located. Prepare capture field. The commander yelled, do not let them activate the field. Soldiers fired again. Sparks filled the air. Aaron saw the intruder holding a device, small, round, glowing purple. A weapon, a trap. He didn't know, but it looked dangerous. The intruder threw it. Aaron's instincts screamed. He ran toward the Vorkul and shouted, move! The creature turned toward him in confusion, but Aaron pushed against its fur, trying to get it away from the device. A pulse burst from the device, sending out a wave of purple energy. Everything slowed for a moment. The Vorkul roared in pain. Aaron was thrown back, crashing into a metal crate. His ears rang, his vision blurred. But through the fading haze, he saw something shocking. The Vorkul was surrounded by a glowing purple cage of energy. The creature shook violently, trying to break free, but the field tightened around it like invisible chains. No, Aaron whispered. The intruders stepped forward with a new device, one shaped like a gun but glowing with the same purple color. The commander shouted, they want to teleport it, stop them. Aaron forced himself up, stumbling toward the creature. Hold on, I'm coming. The intruders raised the teleportation gun, aiming directly at the Vorkul. The creature roared, not in anger now, but in fear. And Aaron ran toward it again, even though the whole room shook around him. Aaron pushed himself forward even though his legs shook, and his ears still rang from the pulse blast. The purple energy cage around the Vorkul flickered like lightning trapped in a bubble. Each flicker made the creature cry out in pain. The intruders stepped closer, confident and fearless inside their armored suits. One of them raised the teleportation gun again. A strange humming sound filled the air as the device powered up. Its glowing barrel aimed directly at the Vorkul's chest. Aaron felt panic rising in his throat. He didn't understand everything happening, but he knew one thing. If the intruders teleported the creature, no one would ever see it again. And whatever plans they had for it would not be good. The Vorkul looked at him with its glowing eye, full of fear and trust. It tried to move toward him, but the cage tightened. The energy lines wrapped around its limbs like electric ropes. Aaron shouted, "Stop, don't hurt it." The intruder closest to him turned. Its helmet was smooth, black with no visible face. The voice that came out was distorted and cold. "Human, move." Aaron didn't move. Instead, he stepped between the intruders and the Vorkul, raising his arms. His heart pounded so loudly that he barely heard his own breathing. "You're torturing it," Aaron said. "Why? What do you want with it?" The intruder spoke again. The creature holds what we need, you do not. Aaron frowned. What does that mean? But the intruder didn't answer. It simply aimed a stun weapon at Aaron. Before the shot fired, a blur of movement came from the left. The alien commander tackled the intruder, knocking the weapon away and sending both crashing into a wall. More soldiers rushed in, firing blue stun bolts that scattered across the hallway. The intruders reacted fast, firing red beams that left smoking marks on the walls and floors. The air sizzled. The whole station felt like a battlefield. Aaron turned back to the Vorkull. The creature growled, forcing its massive body against the energy cage. Sparks flew from the purple field. The Vorkull didn't stop. It pushed harder, roaring in pain and fury. Aaron placed his hand against the energy field. The shock was painful, but he didn't pull away. "You can break it," he whispered. "I know you can, try." The Vorkull stared at him. The green light in its eye brightened, reflecting a new strength, or maybe a new determination. It slammed its paw down. The energy cage cracked like glass. The intruders shouted. One yelled, "The field is destabilizing, increase power." Another intruder adjusted the teleportation gun. The purple cage grew brighter again, trying to rebuild itself, but the Vorkull didn't let it. The creature pushed harder, muscles straining under its fur. The field crackled violently. The floor shook under the pressure. The light grew so bright that Aaron had to shield his eyes. Then the cage shattered completely with a thunderclap. Fragments of purple light shot outward like exploding shards. Aaron fell backward. Soldiers ducked. Intruders raised their arms in defense. The Vorkull let out a roar so powerful that every intruder paused for a moment. Its eye glowed brighter than ever, no longer mixed with red interference, but a pure, bright green. Aaron stood again. "You're free." The Vorkull turned its head toward him and gave a short, deep grunt. It looked tired, injured, but ready to fight again. The intruders didn't retreat. They regrouped and lifted their weapons in perfect formation. The leader raised the teleportation gun once more. One intruder pointed at Aaron. "Remove the human, he interferes." The others moved toward him. Aaron backed up, bumping into the Vorkull's large leg. The creature stepped in front of him, shielding him like a living wall. It lowered its head and growled, warning the intruders not to come any closer. But they did. One jumped forward with surprising speed. The Vorkull swung its paw, knocking the intruder across the room. The armored figure smashed into a column and fell limp. Two more rushed in from the sides. The Vorkull fought them both, using claws, weight, and raw power. But the creature was still weak and the intruders were well trained. They moved like machines, striking at its legs and sides. Aaron saw the creature falter. "Stop hurting it!" he yelled, grabbing a loose piece of broken metal from the ground. He threw it at one intruder's helmet. The metal bounced off harmlessly. It didn't matter. The intruder still turned toward Aaron. It lifted its weapon. Aaron froze. Before the shot fired, the Vorkull shoved Aaron aside and took the blast directly in its chest. A burst of purple energy surged through the creature's body. It roared in pain, falling to one knee. Aaron's heart dropped. "No!" The intruder adjusted the weapon to fire again. The purple glow increased. That was when the alien commander appeared behind the intruder and stabbed a glowing blue blade into the weak point of the armor. The intruder collapsed instantly as the commander pulled the blade free. "Human!" the commander shouted. "Get the creature out of here, now!" Aaron ran to the Vorkull. "Come on, we need to move." The creature tried to stand, shaking from the energy blast. Aaron placed both hands on its fur and pushed. Soldiers fired behind him, covering their escape. Intruders shouted orders, trying to get the teleportation gun working again. The Vorkull finally rose and followed Aaron down the hallway. Its breathing was heavy, its steps uneven, but it stayed close to him. They reached a side corridor lit by emergency lights. The strange symbol flickered again in the Vorkull's cybernetic eye. It glowed bright green, forming a pattern of circles and lines Aaron had never seen before. The creature blinked slowly, tired but focused, as if trying to show them something important. Aaron leaned closer. "It's projecting something." The doctor stepped forward, keeping a respectful distance. "This is not normal behavior for a Vorkull. Their implants do not send visual messages." The symbol shifted. Lines expanded outward, forming a rough map, 3 rings connected by glowing pathways. At the center was a pulsing dot, almost like a beacon. Aaron whispered, "It's showing us a location." The doctor frowned, "But why? And how would the creature know this?" Aaron placed a gentle hand on the Vorkull's neck. "Maybe this is why the intruders wanted it. The creature wasn't the weapon. They needed whatever information it carries." The Vorkel gave a soft rumble, almost agreeing with him. The doctor pointed to one of the glowing rings. I think that is the Central Archive Network. And this, he pointed at another symbol, this looks like an access code. Aaron studied it carefully. So this creature has something stored inside its implant, something hidden, something important enough that someone tried to steal it. The doctor nodded slowly, and important enough to attack an entire station. A loud boom echoed outside the quarantine room. Dust shook from the ceiling. Aaron's heart jumped. They're trying to break through. The doctor checked a small display on the wall. His face paled. Multiple intruders are gathering in the hallway. The Vorkol growled and pushed itself up on shaky legs. It wanted to fight even in its weakened state. Aaron stood beside it. Easy, you don't have to fight alone. The doctor whispered urgently, we cannot stay here. The room may stop teleportation, but not explosives. Aaron agreed, then we move, but where? The doctor thought for a moment. There is one place they will not expect us to go, the station's old core chamber. It's sealed off, unused, and too dangerous for most. But the walls are thick, and it connects to the emergency shuttle bay. Aaron nodded, then that's where we go. He turned to the Vorkul. Come on, big guy, we're not safe yet. The creature lowered its head and nudged Aaron gently, ready to follow. The doctor unlocked a smaller exit door on the left side of the quarantine chamber. It opened into a narrow maintenance tunnel. Dim orange lights flickered above and cables hung along the walls like metal vines. Behind them, something heavy slammed into the main door. The metal bent inward. Aaron flinched. Move. The tunnel was tight, and the Vorkul barely fit. Its fur brushed the walls with every step. Aaron walked ahead, the doctor behind him, watching their back. As they moved deeper, the sounds of battle faded. The only noise was the echoing hum of old machinery. Aaron whispered, why would someone hide information inside a creature like this? The doctor answered softly, Vorkuls were used as war beasts many centuries ago. Their implants once held tactical maps, combat data, secret routes. Maybe this creature carries an old secret someone wants to use again. Aaron frowned, a secret worth killing for. The Vorkul growled softly, as if remembering something painful. They walked another few minutes until the tunnel opened into a larger space. Ahead was a long walkway above an enormous drop. Far below, giant machines hummed with a deep, ancient sound. Aaron stepped carefully. This must be the old power chamber. The doctor nodded. Yes, no one comes here anymore, too unstable. A distant explosion echoed somewhere behind them. The intruders were still searching. Aaron looked at the map in the Vorkul's eye again. The glowing dot pulsed more rapidly now. It's leading us somewhere, Aaron said. Let's keep going. They crossed the walkway and entered a round chamber with metal floors and a tall ceiling. Pipes crossed overhead, dripping small drops of coolant. In the center of the room stood a circular platform with a large inactive console. The doctor approached it. This is an old access terminal, hardwired to the station's core. Aaron asked, can it read what the creature is showing? The doctor hesitated. Maybe, if the creature allows a link. Aaron looked at the Vorkul. Do you trust us? The creature lowered its head slowly. Aaron placed a hand on its fur. We won't hurt you, we're trying to help. The Vorkul stepped onto the platform. Its cybernetic eye brightened. The console flickered to life for the first time in years. Lines of alien text scrolled across the screen. Then the glowing map from the Vorkul's eye appeared on the console, much clearer now. The doctor's jaw dropped. This is a star map. Aaron leaned closer. A map to what? The console zoomed in on one glowing star. A symbol appeared beside it, sharp, angular, threatening. The doctor whispered, that is the symbol of the silent crest. Aaron frowned. Who are they? The doctor's voice lowered. A group that vanished long ago. They were extremists who believed certain creatures, including the Vorkul, were keys to unlocking ancient weapons. Aaron's eyes widened. Weapons. The doctor nodded. Yes. They believed these beasts had memories of old war routes, hidden arsenals, lost technology. Aaron looked at the Vorkul with new understanding. So that's why they want you. They think you can lead them to something powerful. The creature made a low, sad rumble. Aaron placed his hand on its snout. We won't let them use you. Suddenly the old console shut off. The lights dimmed. The Vorkul's eye flickered rapidly. The doctor's face filled with panic. They traced the signal. The intruders know where we are. Aaron felt his heart drop. We need to move now. A metal door on the far side burst open with a loud crash. Intruders poured into the chamber, weapons glowing. Aaron stepped in front of the Vorkul. The doctor backed away slowly. The lead intruder raised the teleportation gun again and pointed it straight at the creature. "Stand aside, human," the distorted voice said. "The creature belongs to us." Aaron clenched his jaw. "No, it does." The intruder stepped forward. "Then you will fall with it." The Vorkul suddenly stood tall behind Aaron. Its cybernetic eye glowed so bright that the room filled with green light. Something powerful awakened inside the creature. Something old. Something dangerous. And Aaron realized the Vorkul might not just be a carrier of information. It might be something far more important. The green light grew brighter, filling the old chamber with a warm glow. The intruders hesitated, their weapons raised but their movements unsure. Even through their dark helmets, they seemed confused by the sudden change in the Vorkul. Aaron stepped back slowly, watching the creature with wide eyes. "What's happening to it?" The doctor whispered, "The implant must be activating its original function. But this looks different, not violent, more like it is awakening something." The Vorkul lifted its head fully, its breathing steady and calm. The green glow in its eye sharpened into a symbol, one Aaron recognized from the star map. The lead intruder didn't wait. "Capture it before it fully activates." He fired the teleportation gun. The Vorkul reacted instantly. Instead of running, it slammed its paw down. A burst of green energy rippled across the floor, forming a circular shield around Aaron and the doctor. The teleportation beam hit the shield and scattered into harmless sparks. "Oh," Aaron whispered, stunned, "you're protecting us." The Vorkul let out a deep, calm rumble. 3 intruders rushed forward with stun blades. The creature stepped between them and Aaron, its massive body moving with surprising grace. It blocked an incoming blade with its cybernetic shoulder, sparks flying. Another blade slashed across its side, but the creature did not fall. It forced the attackers back with a powerful roar. The commander's voice suddenly echoed from the walkway behind them. "Defensive squad, push forward." Alien soldiers appeared at the chamber entrance, more than before. They opened fire, blue bolts lighting the air. The intruders were caught between the soldiers and the Vorkul. For the first time, the fight began to shift. Aaron turned to the doctor. "Is there a way to shut down the teleportation gun, or block it?" The doctor shook his head. "Not from here, but the creature, it seems to know what to do." The Vorkul growled again, lifting its paw. Green energy flowed along lines inside its cybernetic implants, gathering into a bright pulse. Then with a powerful stomp, the creature released the energy outward. The pulse expanded like a wave, sweeping across the chamber. The intruders' weapons sparked, malfunctioning. The teleportation gun in the leader's hand cracked and fell apart. The glowing parts dimmed completely. The lead intruder shouted, frustrated, "Disable the beast manually." Several intruders charged at once. Aaron, without thinking, grabbed a metal pipe lying on the floor and stepped beside the Vorkul. He wasn't strong, he wasn't trained, but he couldn't just watch helplessly. The creature saw him and stepped closer, almost in a protective stance. The intruders attacked. Aaron swung the pipe toward one of them. It hit the armor with a loud clang. The intruder staggered but didn't fall. Another approached him from the side, stun baton raised. The Vorkul reacted faster. It slammed into the intruder, throwing him across the chamber. The doctor helped too, grabbing a small tool and jamming it into a weak joint in one of the armored suits. Sparks flew as the intruder fell to his knees. The commander and the alien soldiers pushed deeper into the room, forcing the remaining intruders into a tight corner. The lead intruder hissed, "Fall back, the mission has failed." He threw a small device on the ground. It burst into a cloud of dark smoke that spread rapidly. Aaron coughed, waving his arm to clear his view. Through the smoke, he saw the intruders retreating into a tunnel at the far end. Alien soldiers fired, but the intruders vanished quickly, leaving behind only the fading echo of their boots. The chamber fell quiet. Smoke drifted upward. The Vorkul lowered itself slowly to the floor, exhausted. Its side bled again. Its breathing was rough. The green glow in its eye flickered softly, weaker now. Aaron ran to it and slid onto his knees. "Hey, stay with me. You did so well." The Vorkul pressed its snout against Aaron's chest gently, as if thanking him. Then its eye dimmed a little more. The doctor crouched beside them. "The creature won't die, but it needs urgent medical treatment. Real treatment." The commander approached, his armor scratched and dented. "Human Aaron Cole, I owe you an apology." Aaron blinked. "For what?" "You were mocked, ignored, called useless." The commander bowed his head slightly, a deep sign of respect for his species. But none of us could have done what you did. You saved the creature, you saved us. Aaron shook his head. I didn't do anything special, I just helped an animal in pain. The commander looked at the Vorkel. This was no ordinary animal. And yet it trusted you. The doctor added softly, and it protected you more fiercely than it protected itself. Aaron didn't know what to say. He rested his hand on the Vorkel's fur. The creature leaned into the touch with a tired sigh. The doctor studied the implant remains in Aaron's pocket. This map the creature carries, do we destroy it, hide it, what should we do? Aaron thought for a moment, then he looked at the Vorkel. It should choose. The creature lifted its head slightly as if hearing him. Aaron whispered, You're not a weapon, you're not a tool. You decide what happens to the information inside you. The Vorkel blinked slowly. The green glow returned, soft but steady. It projected the star map again for a moment, then let it fade and stored it deep within its system once more.